ladies, relax. I am here. Everything is gonna be fine. Here, have some cake.
Where were you?
With Mitchell.
If I had known @StormRage1212 was fucking Mitch from high school, I would have blocked him right there.
Is that?
Creeper cake? Yes, and it's actually quite delicious even a week later.
You saw Mitchell.
Yes, we had lunch. He is not a creepy person. He's misunderstood, and he has some poor boundaries, but he's a good dude. I'm just gonna go ahead and trust my gut and be the guy's friend, because the guy needs a friend.
You know what? I don't even have the energy today. Don't die.
Let's move on. The mysterious death of Tamla Horsford, a black woman who was found dead at an all-white adult sleepover in Forsyth County, Georgia.
Forsyth County, Georgia is so racist that in 1912, its white residents forced all of its black residents out, wreaking havoc on their homes and businesses and eliminating its entire black population.
In 1987, after 75 years of not having a single black resident, black demonstrators marched in the county and were met with white counter protesters who threw rocks at them and shouted racist slurs at them, demanding that the county remain racially pure.
Cases like this and their absolutely gross mishandling inspire us it's like a collective mourning.
Tamla was regarded by her peers as a social butterfly, a proud and dedicated mother.
Unfortunately, her willingness to make quick friends with everyone she met may have been her downfall. At one of her kids' football games, she received an invitation from her friend, another football mom, John Myers,
which was an all-women's pool party / adult sleepover / football watch party. She arrived to the party at around 8:30 p.m. on November 4th, 2017. At the party of 9 white women and 2 of their partners, Tamla was the only black person present.
John's 27-year-old boyfriend, Jose Barrera, and Thomas Smith, the husband of Stacy Smith, who hosted the party, decided that they were going to stay. Everyone's drinking. In true Tamla nature, she has made friends with all the women at the party. Tamla called her husband Lee and FaceTimed her kids to show them off around 11 p.m. By Lee's account, she was having fun and happy to be having some girl time. The guests at the party who didn't intend to stay the night start to filter out around 11:30 p.m., and John and her boyfriend are said to have headed to bed around 1:30.
Following morning, Jean's aunt, Madeline Lombardi, who also lived in the home, woke up, and then through the window, she saw Tamla lying face down in the grass below the balcony.
Not a 911 call, not an effort at CPR, none of that.
Well, it was determined that Tamla was dead on the scene, not by EMS, who actually they weren't even sent to the scene, but by the investigators. Now, her body was then sent in for an autopsy where they found all of the following injuries on her: a severely broken right wrist with a 1-inch laceration, a laceration on her left forearm, blunt force injuries on her torso and extremities, 1/2-inch abrasion on her forehead and more on her left eyelid, nose, and chin, many severe head injuries, a fracture of her second cervical vertebrae, and laceration of the right ventricle of her heart, an injury most commonly associated with severe car crashes. Despite having weeks to put their stories together, many of the witness statements were conflicting with one another and with the evidence. One of the things that's consistent in everyone's accounts of the night is that despite her drinking, Tamla seemed totally in control of her faculties.
Which is surprising because in every other way, the witnesses' testimonies are an inconsistent, blame-shifting mess. Some of the partygoers seem genuinely shocked and saddened by Tamla's death. The investigators say she went out for a cigarette and accidentally fell to her death. After the investigation concluded her death an accident, Tamla's families and friends were left with many questions. The case continued to garner attention, but experienced a little dip in energy until George Floyd was executed publicly on camera. Tamla's case has since been reopened, but without updates. But reopened nonetheless, so that's something.